Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're here on day one of a brand new week, and what a week it should be. But before we can jump into what this week is going to hold for us, we need to go ahead and wrap up our previous week and get this final research done. Let's grab our sleep points. We've got 12,202 now. And then we have a mission that we finished. Let's collect that, sticking to our bedtime, getting our free diamonds. We always want to make sure we do that. And let's jump into this sleep research. Hopefully we can find the Rocky boy we've been after all this week. Haven't had any luck yet, but I'm hoping today is the day. 9 hours, 44 minutes. I needed it. It's been a crazy week, but things are finally starting to get to a point where, unfortunately, well, no, balanced is good. We can still get Snorlax. Why do I always want to say Snorlax instead of Onyx? I have no idea why. But we can still get Onyx with balanced sleep, so that's fine. It just dilutes the spawn pool, so it makes it less likely that we'll get it than if we had just got slumbering. But I'll take some kind of chance over no chance. It is much better than just getting dozing or snoozing again. We do have 4 1-star sleeps with 31.3 million, which is not as high as we could have been, but we purposefully kept it low just to help to keep from diluting the spawn pool. And I think that's a brand new atop belly. Yep. We at least got one new sleep style. Ooh, I saw something interesting there. So no Onyx, but we got a Larvitar, Ghastly, Gulpin, Jigglypuff, Cyndaquil, and a Banette. And then, of course, this cute little guy passed right out on top of Snorlax. So if nothing else, we'll get some good dream shards out of this, which we definitely need to restock our supply. I'm not incredibly low on dream shards, but I'm lower than I would like to be. Nobody's hungry. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. I think I know what I want to go for. Simply because we don't have a good one. But unfortunately, we won't be able to bring it home, and we will have to try to find it another time. But I do want to feed the Banette. This being the only ghost berry specialist in the game, I do want to try to take it home. But no dice there, and there's no way, no shot we're taking it home with the few biscuits we have here. So unfortunately, we'll have to leave it for now. We'll have to come back and find it another time. Hopefully it'll be hungry then. So no new friends today. But let's definitely let's send out that Banette candy, or Shuppet candy. Try to help people build up their ghost berry specialists. And Rattata candies. That's what I'm talking about. Another 3 Larvitar candy. That's another 45 XP, 1397 research XP, and 3300 dream shards. Not quite to rank, where am I at now? 35? So not quite to 36. But only 10 sleep styles left to get this next sleep deck style goal for our free good camp ticket. Which is, in my opinion, the best part of the next one. Of the next rank up is getting that free good camp ticket worth 500 diamonds. Yes, please. Area bonus is now 25% for Taup Hollow, which will make it easier for us to get to Ultra 2. But I don't know if next time we go to Taup Hollow, if I want to stop at Ultra 2 and keep specifically hunting the Onyx, or if I just want to try and just max out and just see what we get. We did, funny enough, so I guess this screen for the weekly summary is comparing final strength. Oh no, final strength will be up compared to last week because we were at Snowdrop and we did not do well there. So that makes sense. Ultra 4, 313,909 was our final strength for the week, with 204,000 gain from berries and 110,000 gain from cooking. Overall grade was an A. I wonder why. 4 handy candy S. I'm getting to a point where I may need to start spending those handy candies. Ah, Tuesday is why. Tuesday and Saturday. Which those make sense. Tuesday was celebrating someone's birthday, so was up late for that, and then Saturday, just a typical gamer night. But that makes sense. And we are going to go straight back to Tau Paulo. I want that Onyx. And we have other reasons for being in Tau Paulo this week. Ooh. That's a cool looking Snorlax. And he wants salads, which the big old yikes. I am not great on salads. I can make some decent salads, but they're not as good as desserts and curries. But we did, of course, we got 100 sleep score, so we knew that was coming. I will take 5 free apples. I will never complain about free ingredients. You can see I switched up the team. I actually switched it a couple times yesterday. I switched in the episode to get some ingredients built up. And when I felt like I was at a good point with the ingredients I was trying to build, I switched the team again to try to build up some different ingredients to get ready. Essentially, my plan was to have enough ingredients that no matter what recipe we needed to make, I could at least make a good breakfast. So I'm hoping that's what we're gonna have with this team, but let's first check out the start of Eevee Week. So we've got Eevee Week 2023 event lasts from 4 a.m. on Monday, November 20th today, so about roughly 7.5 hours ago. Eevee Week 2023 is a week-long event to celebrate Eevee Day, November 21st, during which Eevee and its evolutions are more likely to gather to sleep. You'll be able to encounter Pokemon of different sleep types regardless of your own, which means that here in Tau Paulo, the balanced sleep type applies all the time, so we will always have a chance of finding Onyx, even though it will be diluted by just having the spawn pool completely open. But at least we'll have a chance every day rather than hoping we get slumbering. And Eevee and its evolutions will be more likely to appear. You might even meet a shiny Eevee. So I'm not going to read through all of this again because it's the same stuff we've already read. We get our free 1,121 sleep points from going to sleep. I think it's tonight is November 21st. All of your helper Pokemon's main skills are more likely to be triggered, 1.5 times more likely, I think, throughout the entire event. Simply tap sleep to progress. Oh yeah, here's the breakdown. So Eevee Day, November 21st, greater appearance rate for Eevee and its evolutions, blah, 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 free bonus points, shiny Eevee, main skills for all helper Pokemon are 1.5 times more likely to be triggered. And then on the other days, or no, maybe, what is today? I've lost all sense of days. Oh, today's the 20th. So tomorrow we'll get, for tomorrow's sleep, we'll get the free bonus points. But everything else is the same. It looks like nothing is different other than the free bonus points. Yep, so easy peasy lemon squeezy, job is done. Now let's take it easy. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump in. Probably going to be a bit of news. No new news. I thought there would be an updated Eevee Week banner there, but no. Let's go ahead and collect our sleep research. Our sleep reports. We got 40 reports, a little low. but we did have 3 that doubled. So still keeping around that 8 to 10%. And none of them level 5 again, which is interesting. But I mean, as long as they're doubling, that's fine. There's a level up. 2 ingredient tickets. We will definitely take those. And from the comments I got yesterday on the rate at which you guys are seeing the doubling effect, it seems like everybody is getting around the same 8 to 10% range that I'm getting. So that does seem to be pretty consistent, at least across the few people that responded to that question. Now, I can't tell. This Snorlax definitely looks different from the one I had last week, but it doesn't have the shiny effect. And the one we had last week didn't have the shiny effect either. So I'm curious what the actual shiny for Taup Hollow is supposed to look like. But this one looks really cool. I like this one a lot. Well, let's go ahead and collect these ingredients. Hopefully I got some pure oils from these guys, because that was the one thing I was going to be missing. Oh, no mushrooms? Oh, come on, bro. I know there's something about the transition from Sunday to Monday where they don't bring in as much as they normally should. So that is unfortunate. Did not get the oils I was hoping for, and I think the oils were what I needed for salad. So let's see what we can do. All right. Let's get breakfast going, and then we'll get into choosing our team for the time being. Choose a recipe. What can I make? I can make snoozy tomato salad, which is pretty basic. Don't want to make that. Ooh, I only have a few salads that I've made. Okay, well, let's go see what ingredients we got. And you know what? Now is probably a good time to show you guys something I've been dabbling with. I know a few of you have told me in the comments that you have used this before, but I've recently started dabbling with it. The meal maker on the Rain site, the same site that we use to calculate our Pokemon stats. We're gonna go to meal maker, we're gonna click salads, and then we need to plug in our ingredients, which I did most of these last night. So it should be pretty quick to update this. 4 honey, yep. Got 2 oils. And like I said, I think the oils were what was holding us back, so that is unfortunate we didn't get more. We did get 6 soybeans. Unfortunately, if I'm reading this correctly, the only thing that we can make is the snoozy tomato salad with the ingredients we have. So let's see if we can fix that and go use those ingredient tickets that we got. And one thing that's really interesting, I haven't plugged in the levels of my specific dishes yet. That's something I'm gonna have to do, but I have not done that yet. Let's see. I could just use a helper whistle, honestly. I don't know if I want to use a helper whistle on... Yeah, I don't want to use a helper whistle on this team. We got 5 more cocoa. And 5 bean sausage. Was that enough? It was not enough to be able to make what we want. That is most unfortunate. Let's use 1 more. We did get 5 more sausage and 5 more ginger, so that may be enough sausage. I forget exactly how many you need. It is enough to make the contrary meat salad, which not the best recipe that we can make, but the best we can make right now. So we'll make that, and then we will figure out the team we want to make something more desirable. Let's see, now that we have the ingredients for the contrary meat salad, we can go ahead and plug in 9 as the level, and it shows we have a 35.7% level bonus applied to the salad. So now we go ahead and make it. And what do we want to throw in here? We definitely have plenty of tomatoes. Soybeans, probably good because we can get those pretty easy. I don't know if I want to do the oils. Let's hold on to the oils. We'll throw in, yeah, 10 tomatoes should be plenty. And then we'll start cooking. Ah, interesting. Wonder why it says plus 35.7 if my level bonus is only 16%. Maybe I'm misreading this. We did get extra tasty. Kind of a surprise there. But I will take it. That puts it at level 12. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bump that up to level 12. Yeah, I'm wondering why this is 41.6 when it was only 16 before. I don't know. Maybe that just hasn't been completely fixed yet. But either way, a valuable tool so that you can just plug in the ingredients you have and it will tell you what you can make. 14,567 should put us at basic 3, yeah. There it is. Basic 3 already after breakfast. Which is actually really good. I think the only time we've done that before is on green grass. But now that that is done with, we can go and see what we want our team to be this time around. I think, let's see. Go ahead and get away from that. Let's get back to our Tau Paulo team. I think at this point, we may, I don't know. I kind of like Marowak on the team because it does have the helping bonus. Or no, it's energy recovery bonus. Never mind. I thought it was helping bonus, which would make Marowak a lot more valuable. But with energy recovery, while that is good, it's not as good as helping bonus would have been. So let's see, the best recipe that we can make, we actually probably should go for this mushroom recipe. I'm just not entirely sure that Gengar is going to bring in what we need in terms of the mushrooms. But we do need, we can swap out for sure this Pikachu for, let's swap in, no, let's go ahead and put in our ingredient Doug Trio. And then that way we can be working on getting him closer to level 30, which actually, how are we looking on that? The 28 candies to get leaks. I do want to try to get him to 25 at least. Yeah, I think I'm going to use some handy candies just to get him to 25 because Ingredient Finder S is going to be very helpful. So, let's see. This is where I shouldn't have switched from the calculator because the calculator will tell me exactly what I need. Pokemon EXP calculator. We are currently at level 22 with 232 to go. And we have 28 candies. And we do not have a nature that affects any of that. So we will need to use, looks like 10 handy candies to get to level 25. And I think just for the sake of bringing in enough tomatoes, actually, you know what? We may not do that. Let's see. Let's swap in. Yeah, let's swap you in. Let's see how this goes for a minute. I may not use those handy candies. I may only... No, I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wait, see how this works out. Between the two of them, we should bring in plenty of handy, or not handy candies, plenty of tomatoes. And then we've got this guy bringing in plenty of berries. Let's see, he evolves at level 21. We have 32 candies right now. This one, it may be worth using handy candies on. He's pretty good. We want to keep Gengar on the team for the fiery herbs, or not the fiery herbs, for the mushrooms. And the last thing we need is warming ginger, which actually may not be much of a problem, but actually, no, wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, Larvitar brings in ginger with ingredient finder M, and we don't need that many. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong recipe, sorry. We need pure oils. So we definitely need to get one of the, there we go, one of the Progunks in here, because yeah, they are going to be our best bet of bringing in oil. Let me just see which one is the better choice. If I could get them to level 25, that'd be a good choice. Helping speed S is really good too, though. What was the nature? Oh, they both have a neutral nature. Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and put this guy on the team for now. Let's see, because it doesn't evolve until 28. So getting it to 25 would be nice, but that is a lot of candy investment. I don't know that I want to do that just yet. What is it? Only 40 to evolve? Yeah, I will throw 41 candies in there. That way we still have enough to evolve. That'll put it at level 17. It is pretty slow, but I think it's going to be the best we've got for now. And then let's see, one last time. Let's switch back over and we are going to get our team analysis going and see what we're looking at for this week. So we have our level 18 Doug trio. Then we have our Cubone. Where you at, buddy? There you are, which you're level 17 now, so let's bump that up. And let's assume that your pack is always full, because I don't think I'm going to collect from you. Then we have our 22. Oh, change that level too. Then we've got our Gengar and our shiny Croagunk, which is this. Oh, I think it's this one. Let's see. Bashful. Yes. Sorry, I got distracted. I was just noticing it looks like the team analysis also takes into account the skill triggers now too. Make sure we've got Taupalo selected. That is interesting though. Why are you not showing? You will not always have a full pack, so let's make sure that's turned off. What is this 8%? Yeah, main skill. But Gengar has a main skill to that's charge strength too, so I wonder why it's saying 0%. Maybe they're just working on it and it hasn't been fully implemented yet, but that's what we're looking at right now. But we do need to, actually, I forgot. Let's bump this up to 17. Job done. All right. I definitely need to go and update my box then if it thinks this thing is still level 8. Let's save. So we're looking pretty strong here. Apollo, expected Master 3. I think I might actually go for that this week just to get the Steelix spawn in there as well, since we're going to have balanced sleep styles all week. So I think that's the plan. We'll stick with this team for now, provided they bring in enough ingredients for us to actually make the salad we want pretty consistently. And even if they don't, we will have enough tomatoes and fiery herbs that we have a backup, hopefully. My plan is to make the mushroom salad as much as possible, and then whenever we don't have the ingredients for the mushroom salad, we should have the ingredients for the tomato salad because it doesn't use that much. So that's the plan for the week. Looking at Master 3, should be pretty good. Hopefully with Master 3, like I said, we'll be able to get Steelix in the spawn pool. Unfortunately, won't be until the last day or two, but along the way, we'll at least be able to try and find some Onyx and hopefully some interesting evolutions. But that said, that's what I've got for today. That's the plan for the week. Thanks for coming by and watching the video. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning and welcome back, everyone. We are here on day, what is this, 2? The holidays got me a little bit confused this week. We are starting off with a small ingredient ticket, which I will absolutely take. Another 4,447 sneaky snacking. Again, too slow this morning to close the app. There was, I think it was like 12,600 sneaky snacking that we got. So just about 17,000 in total. And that does put us, unfortunately, I was not able to make it to grade 2 last night. I tried, but we weren't going to get there. And we are there now, so we won't get an Onyx today, but going forward for the rest of the week, we will have a chance of seeing Onyx. Let's go ahead and grab these sleep points. That's another 100, which puts us at 13,000. I can just not talk at all today. 12,302 sleep points. Getting ever closer to that goal of 17,200. And one thing I forgot to mention yesterday, I didn't realize it until after I finished recording. There are Eevee Week missions, just like we had for Halloween. I did get the basic 2, obviously, yesterday, but I wanted to wait and keep that there as a reminder to let you guys know to keep track of your Eevee missions. Make sure you get those done. It's a lot of Eevee candies and some free biscuits, which are always good. 10 free biscuits in total. Getting Snorlax to Ultra 1, pretty easy to do regardless of what island you're on outside of maybe Snowdrop. But yeah, a lot of easy stuff to do for some easy free rewards. And we don't have anything else that we're 1 shy. We'll get that here in a minute. But yeah, like I said, just wanted to remind you guys about that since I did forget about it yesterday. But let's go ahead and jump into our sleep report and see if we got anything interesting. Session 115. 9.5 hours of sleep. I'm getting pretty consistent sleep lately. 7% dozing, 51 snoozing, and 42% slumbering. Probably going to be a snoozing type then. Which that is fine with me. We do need another Cyndaquil and a better Charmander. I did not mean to do that. 5.5 million. Got 5 Pokemon to check. See an Eevee. Big surprise that an Eevee showed up. I mean, that was totally unexpected. That actually is kind of surprising that out of 5, only 2 of them were Eevee. I thought there would be more. But maybe I overestimated how much they turned up the Eevee spawns. I still love this color on Snorlax. It's so good. Nobody is hungry, but that's fine. We are going to start off our Eevee week by taking an Eevee home with us. Go ahead and take this one on the bottom of the screen. Feeling like there's some good vibes coming from that one. And then we are just going to hold off. We do officially now have Eevee level 10. So going forward, every Eevee that we get will have a gold sub skill for the first sub skill, which is Fantastic. It's gonna be that much quicker that we get a good Eevee that we want. And then it has been requested by a few of the Pokemon Sleep groups that I'm in to send out all the Eevee photos just to give everybody as much Eevee candy as possible this week, so that I guess the plan is to just future-proof everybody to where they don't really struggle for Eevee candy going forward. So we're going to be sending out Eevee candy a lot this week. I will anyway. It's up to you guys. Send out whatever you want. 300 research XP, 449 dream shards. And let's go check out our fancy new friend. Level 11, that's always good, with a modest nature. I think that one's just okay. Where are you at, Eevee? There you are. All right. So we've got milk sausage, which is, it's okay. Then we've got, ooh, dream shard bonus. It's an okay one. Not terrible, but all blue sub skills after that. Also not bad. Inventory up, helping speed, skill level up, and skill trigger. This Eevee looks like ingredient finding and speed of help down is pretty bad. Let's see, modest, where are you at? There it is. All right, so what is the default? Is it total strength? No, skill trigger is the default for Eevee because it is a skill specialist. That makes sense. Yeah, really until it gets to level 100, its skill trigger value is going to be pretty trash. But it's not bad. The helping speed bonus at level 50 does do a lot of work. Yeah, I really think outside of skill trigger, total strength is the only other possible metric that this could be good. And even that is pretty lackluster. I think if we were to keep this, best case scenario, a Jolteon would be decent just for the high inventory and helping speed. But Jolteon you kind of use as like a pseudo berry specialist, so even that, yeah, I just don't think this is a good one. I think this is one we send on to the professor and move on to the next one. Now that we're at friendship level 10, we should find some better stuff this week. So not a bad one, but I don't think it's one worth keeping to start off our Eevee week. So we will just move on then and look forward to tomorrow when hopefully we catch another one at friendship level 10. Another 252 sneaky snacking while we were gone. Let's go ahead and check if we have no new news, no new medals. We do have some new sleep reports though. Here we got 41. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we got quite a few doubles today. And 2 of them, a rank 5 friend. Oh, 3 of them. 4 of them are from rank 5 friends. So rank 5 is starting to show up now. We do have a rank 0 friend that doubled. It's got to be a really low odds. Let's see. So 6 in total today. 3 of them rank 5 out of 41 reports. That would be, what is that? Roughly 15%? I don't know. Doing this math off the top of my head. So I think it's around 15% today. So that should skew our total percentage, or my total percentage. From now it's in the 8 to 11% range. But we do have more level 5 friends now, so they're definitely going to skew it higher at this point. And there's another level 5. Candy S2, just 1 level up today. Not too bad. I'll take another level 5, especially if it's going to skew my double candies that high. All right, well, Oh, we did make another mission, which oh, wrong page. There we go. Snorlax's favorite berries. 2 more handy candies. Fantastic. I will take it. All right. And now let's collect our berries and ingredients and more candies. I love the candies. One thing I did want to mention, there was some doubt on whether or not clicking on a Pokemon that has its pack full would allow it to still trigger its main skill. I've had Cubone with a full pack since yesterday, and just before bed last night, I clicked on it, got the skill trigger, came back to this menu, and then backed out and put the berries back in its pack. So with a full pack, you still can trigger main skills. So no worries there. We can do that. Speaking of main skills, there's one for 2 so far. 2 for 3. Oh no. Oh. 2 for 4. Did I get everything here? Kind of hard to tell with these rocks sometimes, but it does look like it. Ah, only 2 out of 5 today, even with a 1.5 times bonus or chance. Not terrible. Not great. Another mission. Oh, that was the same one we already collected. Okay, so the recipe that we're gonna make today is not on this list, but I also don't remember the exact ingredients. I know it was 17 mushrooms. Let's go ahead and get into that meal maker and let's figure this out again. So we now have, where are we at? 17 mushrooms, 15 herbs, 11 oils. I think the oil was what was really holding us back yesterday. There it is. That's the recipe we want to make. So it's 17 mushrooms, 8 tomatoes, and 8 oils. And yeah, preview, question marks. That's what we want to see. So these 2 Doug Trio have been putting in a lot of work bringing in tomatoes, so we can just fill out the rest with the tomatoes. We want to save all the others for the next time we make this recipe. Only 660 extra. Can we put this at level 0? We can't. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice we got an extra tasty. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 16,297. That'll put us at what, level 8? Yep, level 8. Just shy of level 9. That's what a great way to start off. I was really looking for an extra tasty last night when I was making dinner. I really wanted to hit grade 2, but no dice. But I'll take it today. Extra tasty on the first time you cook a meal is always good to just get that meal bumped up in levels. Let's go ahead and set that up level 8. Now, from what I've heard, this number here at the bottom, this plus 41.3% is accurate. I'm still trying to figure out how to understand how it works, but supposedly this number is accurate from what I've been told. So we're just going to move forward assuming that it's accurate, and then once I can figure out how to make it make sense in my head, I'll try to make it make sense for everybody else. Now we can get our Onyx. Somehow another 138 sneaky snacking, but I think that is a late reaction, a late notice. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you guys as well was they have added another section onto this website. If you click on other, you can go down to main skill, and then here's a list of all the main skills. And if you click on them, let's say energy for everyone, it shows you all of the Pokemon that have it and how effective it is at each level. And that applies for all of the main skills. You can go and click on ingredient magnet, shows you every Pokemon that has it, and how effective it is at each level. So just a nice little resource that if you're wanting a specific main skill and you're not sure who has it, you can go check there and figure out what Pokemon are going to have what you want. And then if you want a specific one of those Pokemon, I did not know Onyx had ingredient magnet. You can click on it. It'll show you the sleep type, its specialty, main skill, give you everything you need to know about the Pokemon. Except for, it looks like it doesn't show where to find it. But it also breaks down a whole bunch of other stuff about the Pokemon. Oh, it does show you where to find it. Taupe Hollow starts spawning at Great 2, Ultra 1, and Master 2. So, great little resource. This website is really becoming a one-stop shop for pretty much anything you need to know Pokemon sleep related, as far as calculations and stats and basic information. But I did want to point that out, make you guys aware of it. And it also is the same with subskills. It won't show who the subskills are on because any Pokemon can have them, but it does give you a list of all the subskills and what they do. But that said, I was thinking about, with the pure oil situation, I think that I want to swap out, as much as I like having a shiny on the team just to show off. Unfortunately, let's go back. Unfortunately, the frequency is 1 hour and 30 minutes for our Krogunk. And I don't know that I like that. So for 1 hour and 30 minutes to get potentially 1 oil, I was looking at swapping out to our, granted, not so great Ditto, but it is about the same level and eventually will unlock leaks if we decide we want to invest some candies into it. Not 100% sure that I want to do that necessarily, other than to maybe get it to level 25 just for that extra ingredient finder chance. It does have a bold nature, which is not fantastic, but this could be something that maybe we just power it to 25 and then just let it sit and do its own thing at that point. But either way, I think swapping it in now is a better choice. Krogunk doesn't have one of Snorlax's favorite berries. Ditto isn't bringing in a favorite berry, but I think Ditto will bring us in some oils faster, and that seems to be what I'm struggling to get right now. So we're gonna swap out Krogunk for Ditto, and I do want to go and check one last thing. I need to just stay on the screen that has the Raider and the team analysis pulled up, because I keep coming back to this more and more frequently as time goes on, and I'm thinking maybe we just stay there. But let's see. Let me just go ahead and pull it up so we can see that Ditto is bringing in roughly 20 oils per day. And if we have our Krogunk, I do need to level it back up to, I think it was 16. Let's see. Ooh, not 116. Level 16. Only 14.84 per day. So Ditto, I think, is definitely the right call, just to help make sure that we can at least get enough oils to make the spore salad as much as possible. At least if we do get 20 conservatively a day, even if we only get 16 a day, that is enough for us to make 2 spore salads per day, which is more than what we could do with Krogunk. Krogunk was only bringing in enough for us to make 1 salad a day. So I think this is the better choice. This still keeps us, we're still Master 3 predicted for the end of the week. So I think we're gonna stick with that for now, and we'll see what happens. Actually, let's do a real quick test. If we bump this up to level 25, so at level 24, it's still only predicted to bring in 20.69, but level 25 with Ingredient Finder S bumps that up to 24.47, which, if it is consistently 24, then that's enough oil for 3 salads a day. Job done. So let's see if we can make it to level 25. Probably not. We're actually not too far off. This may be worth a little bit of handy candy. Let me see. What would that take? Pokemon level currently. let's just go with this. Let's say it's level 23 with 19 XP left to go, and we have no candies. So that would take 9 handy candies. That's not bad. How many handy candies do I have right now? I have 43. Yeah, I think this is a decent use of a couple of handy candies. Just to get it to level 25, and then we won't invest anything else into it. Oh, I want to use 2 handy candies. There we go. So we'll do that, and then that should give us exactly, well, 2 more than what we need for level 25. Or no, I'm so losing my mind. I'm supposed to use 9 and only use 2. What am I doing, man? Got the brain rot already, and it's still early in the morning. All right, so this should let us get to level 25. And I'm gonna use just enough. Even though we're only saving 2 candies, I will save those 2 candies. There's no point in spending extra just to get them that much further into 25. We're not really worried about it. Cool. So wrong tab. So we're level 25. We have ingredient finder S now. That does drop us to 1 hour and 1 minute. And that gives us access to ingredient finder S. So yeah, still master 3 is the expectation. Perfectly fine with me. I'm happy if we end there because that will give us the Charmander incense at the end of the week. So that's cool. That's where we're at now. Hopefully we'll be able to make more consistent meals. Another 696 from Cubone putting in work. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make more consistent meals and end at Master 3. Hopefully get an Onyx and a few Eevees, maybe even a shiny Eevee this week. But that's where we're at. That's all I've got for today. So I appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Be sure to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. You can tell I'm recording early because of the sunspot right on my face. But I hope you're doing well. Hope your Eevee week has been fruitful. We're starting off with 5 diamonds and another 7,230 sneaky snacking, which, funny enough, our Doug Trio is actually bringing in more than our Marowak, our Cubone. That's interesting. I wonder why. But let's grab these sleep points. We got some bonus sleep points for the event. 1,199, so that puts us at 13,501 sleep points, getting ever closer to that 17,000 goal, so we can just buy out the shop. And let's just go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we got anything nice and or lucky today. This session 116. I know I did not get much sleep. I unfortunately am, with a mixture of holiday and wedding planning, I am very busy these last few weeks. We did get a slumbering. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I forgot. We have, what is it? Balanced sleep type across the week. So even though we got slumbering, it doesn't really matter. But let's see if we can at least break 10 million with that little short, basically, nap I took. We did, just barely, 10.2 million. That's pretty good. We got 4 1-star sleeps, so 4 chances at an Onyx. Oh, I see a Charmander down there. 7 total Pokemon. I do know what one of them is, because I used that Eevee incense last night. So we know for sure one's an Eevee. And it looks like all 7 we had already. And yep, there's Eevee, Larvitar, Gulpin, Doug Trio, Charmander, Eevee, and Eevee. So 3 Eevees. Not too bad. If nothing else, it's a good chance of one of them being hungry, hopefully. There we go. Ooh, hungry Larvitar is nice too. Hungry Larvitar is nice. Well, for sure we're gonna feed the Eevee. This is the time. All right. So that Eevee's coming home with us, and it's a level 10, so it's a guaranteed gold sub-skill on the first sub-skill slot. And then I know we're about to get 5 more Poke Biscuits for going to bed on time, so I'm just going to go ahead and feed this Larvitar a regular biscuit. Ooh. So just the regular big hit. I was kind of hoping for a critical hit, but no dice. That's okay. All right, and I think that's all we want to feed right now. The Charmander would be nice, but no guarantee that we'd bring it home. The Larvitar, we already have a really good one, so I don't think we really want to spend any sleep points on it. So we'll just wrap it up there. Take that Eevee with us, and we'll have the Larvitar set up for next time. And let's go ahead and send out that Eevee candy. I was just trying to decide which one I wanted to send, but it's not like it matters. Nobody really looks at them anyway. So that should give us a decent amount. Yeah, 427 XP and 953 dream shards. And there's the Eevee. All right, level 10 with a rash nature. I don't think rash is that good, but let's find out. So Eevee, we have milk cocoa, which is not terrible. And then we have moment of truth, sleep XP bonus. Not terrible. Not terrible. Inventory up M, also not terrible. Ingredient Finder S, that's pretty good. Helping Speed S. And Berry Finder all the way at level 100, so not the best level 100 sub-skill. Ingredient Finding and main skill chance down. So it's not the worst nature, but not the best. So friendship level 10 plus. Let's click this and see what happens. Yikes, that's super bad. Let's check out ingredient strength, because that's what I'm thinking this is going to be really good for, is bringing in ingredients, and it is. Well, no, let's do ingredient count just to be sure. Yeah, ingredient count is looking pretty good too. So this might be one to keep around for a little bit, particularly with the sleep XP bonus. That will help us level up some others. I don't know why the landscapers are here the day before Thanksgiving. So if you can hear that, sorry about that. Of course, they wait until I sit down to record to go right outside my window. All right, sorry about that little jump. They decided to come right up to my window, the landscapers, so I just sat here and waited for a few minutes for them to finally go away. That took a while, so you're gonna see a little jump cut there, but we're back into it. Like I was saying, I think this Eevee is gonna be good to keep around for a little while. If nothing else, to bring in some milk and to help with the sleep XP bonus with raising some of the other lower level Pokemon that we have a lot quicker. Between this and this field that we have that also has sleep XP bonus, that can give us, I think it's a 28% increase in XP over each night. So that will help us to level up some of these Pokemon that we have that are better, to bring them up to the level to replace their old counterparts, like the Charmander and Charmeleon situation that we have. So I'm gonna hold on to this one for a little bit, and we'll probably see it again in the next few weeks or so. But overall, not a terrible Eevee, not as good as it could have been, but not terrible. We come back to another 602 sneaky snacking, which is always good. Now let's go ahead and collect on our mission. There's our 5 free biscuits. And we're almost to Ultra 1. I was trying to get there last night, but it just was not happening. Unfortunately, no extra tasty meals to help push me over that limit. And actually, I wanted to double check one last thing. Regular missions. Nope, haven't cleared anything there yet. All right, so moving on. No new news. Let's go ahead and grab the sleep research from the community. 38 reports. 1, 2, 3 that doubled up. 2 of them are level 5 and 1 level 4. So with 38 reports, about 8% roughly that doubled. So still sticking in that same range that we were looking at like that 8 to 11 or 12%. There is 1 level up, so it's 1 more link cable that we can turn into candy. And then time to collect from our helpers. That's really good. 1656 strength just on a skill trigger. I will absolutely take that. And it does seem, not only did we get a skill trigger on Ditto, but as you can see here, quite a bit more in terms of production of oil than what that Krogunk was giving us. So I think Ditto is going to stay on the team for the rest of the week just to help get us to our oil goals, to make sure that we can cook what we're trying to cook for this week. So far, 3 out of 4 skill triggers, which is pretty good. We're doing really well on ingredients this week too. I do want to see if I can selectively, there it is. Took the warming ginger I wanted, left the berries, so now we can back out. And we took 3 warming gingers, so that means 1 collection of berries will be all it takes to fill up Cubone's pack. And that way the berries aren't wasted, and we check for a skill trigger on it. And now it's time to jump into breakfast. We have what we need for the spore mushroom salad, because this Snorlax likes to be healthy. And we will hold on to, let's see what we got. So the salad requires 17 mushrooms, so we'll have enough for lunch. Once Gengar brings in 1 more collection of mushrooms, we need 8 oils, so we have enough for 3, so we can throw in 2 extra there. And the same with tomatoes. We can throw in 3 extra, and you know what? Let's go ahead and throw in 1 more tomato, because we got 2 Pokemon bringing in tomatoes anyway. So that's not going to hurt us. We'll definitely get those back. I think I had like 50 or 60 tomatoes before I cooked dinner last night. That is going to give us 9,128 on the spore mushroom salad, which is good. That'll give us almost another level up, almost to level 11. So not too bad. I am trying to hit Master, I think it's Master 2 this week, just to get Steelix to spawn, but ultimately I would like to get Master 3 to get that Charmander incense. That does put us to Grade 5. All right, and I wanted to check one last thing because I'm curious about that sneaky snacking that popped up at the beginning. What is going on here? 40 minutes, hour and 17. So that's why. Okay, so that's why this Doug Trio gave more sneaky snacking than the Cubone. because even though Cubone's bringing in 3 berries at a time, the Doug Trio is almost half of the frequency. Because, yeah, double 40 minutes would be an hour 20. So since the Doug Trio has almost half of the frequency, it's still in the same amount of time as bringing in more berries. If it is hitting berries more often than it is ingredients, which it won't be once we get it to level 25, it will definitely start tapering off on the berries and bringing in more ingredients. Let's see, how close are we to that? Not even close. But we are getting closer and closer to evolving this Cubone, which will help immensely on the frequency. What do we need? Level 21. How many berries would that take, I wonder? More than what I have. This might be, I wouldn't say a prime candidate for using handy candies to level it up, but this might be a pretty solid candidate for throwing in some handy candies, maybe when we get it to level close to level 20, maybe to level 20. We might throw in some handy candies then. But then again, we might get a decent amount of, you know what, let's just check and see. We've already got it pulled up. Let's go see what would happen. So right now, we are at 14,796. I want to make sure, okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure that we could still see this berry bar right here. So if we were, oh, this is already low anyway. We're at 15,157. So if we get this to level 21 and evolve it, puts us at 22,200. So that's a almost a 7,000 strength increase each day, which with today being Wednesday, would be most of the day. So I'm just going to count it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days with a 7,000, that's a 35,000 point difference over the week, which let's see. Let's go ahead and with the new adjustment, let's go check. Yeah, that puts us at Master 4 for the week. I don't know if that takes into account the day of the week now, or if it's just calculating from Monday. So this may not be accurate to starting in the middle of the week. This may be, hey, if this was your team starting on Monday, this is where we think you'd be. So got to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt, but that is a possibility that we could hit Master 4 if we get a couple extra tasties or get really lucky with some of these skill triggers, which we're supposed to have an increased chance of. Which is kind of funny because this has main skill chance up, and I feel like Cubone has been the most infrequent skill trigger this entire week. So I don't know, take that for what you will, but that's what it would look like if we did evolve it. Okay, so we're back again. This has just been a day full of recording issues and difficulties, but I'm just back to say that that's all I had for you guys today. I don't think we're going to evolve the Cubone just yet. I don't want to invest the number of handy candies that it would take to power it up to level 21 and evolve it. So we're going to hold off on that. We may do it once it gets around level 20 or so, and that way it's not as steep of an investment. But like I said, that's what I've got for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 4 here on Taup Hollow. This is Thanksgiving, so device is currently offline. That is a new one. We haven't seen that in quite a while. Well, fun start to the day. But anyway, today's Thanksgiving. Hope you are either having, had, or will have a great Thanksgiving, depending on when you watch this video. Starting off with 10 honey and 11,002 sneaky snacking. Fantastic, great way to start the day. Another 100 sleep points to add to our collection, 13,601. What does that leave us? About 3,500, 3,600 off of our goal. Not too bad, pretty good. Let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. Probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video today. I do have, being Thanksgiving and all, I have plans and places to go. And unfortunately, I've got a little bit of a drive ahead of me, but it'll all be all right and be worth it. 9 hours of sleep time. Man, I slept really hard between 3 and like 5:30 a.m. Apparently I needed it. Which, come to think of it, I don't remember dreaming either, so that makes sense. Slumbering type, which doesn't matter too much today, but that is what we want. And hopefully we can break 15. Oh yeah, easily. Almost 19 million, 18.9. Not too bad. 4 chances for Onyx. I did make it to Ultra 1 yesterday, so we do have 2 Onyx sleep styles unlocked now. See, an old friend. Let's see what else we got. Was that what I think it was? It was. Ooh, girl. And the gifts just keep on giving. So we got a Pupitar, another Pupitar, an Eevee, a Graveler, and a Haunter. Not too bad. And a shiny Eevee at that. Well, that's fantastic. A shiny Eevee at, what are we at now? Friendship level 11, I think. There we go. Gorgeous. And both Eevees are hungry. Okay, so that's an easy solution. An easy Eevee solution. And we did start feeding the Pupitar. So let's go ahead. We've got our bonus biscuit. Ooh, how do we want to play this? Let's see. So hood. I don't know. I don't think I want to use any of the. I don't think I want to use many of the regular biscuits. I think I want to try to stock up a bunch of Poke Biscuits and whatever great biscuits I can get for the potential Christmas event, if we're going to have one. Surely we will. So I think I'm just going to hold on to it for now. And just next time I see Pupitar, I'll give it the bonus biscuit if there's nothing else. That's a level 12 Eevee, which is why I went for the other Eevee first, was to get the shiny one at level 12. Probably doesn't make much of a difference, but if it does, it's good to get the shiny later. And that's where we're going to go ahead and leave off with our research today. Pretty great. We got 2 Eevees in the bag, 1 shiny, which is, of course, what we're going to show off with. So spoiler alert for those of you on my friends list. Let's go ahead and move on forward. We got 769 research XP, almost rank 36, and 1,500 dream shards. There we go, level 11, serious nature. I think serious is okay. I don't think it's too bad. Let's see. All right, so we got milk, cocoa milk. With sleep XP bonus again. I think that's, yeah, that is the one we had yesterday. That's kind of weird. Skill trigger S, which is on the right track. Helping speed S, also good. Inventory up S, pretty decent. And helping speed M, not bad. There it is. These sub skills are not bad. Serious is neutral nature. That's what it is. Yeah, these sub skills are not bad. Skill trigger S at level 25, so that's where we get bumped up to a 73 and then 74 at level 30. Not too bad, but I don't think it's all that great. Just in general, seems kind of okay. Yeah, it's not bad, but definitely could be better. And I think we do have a better one already. So let's go ahead and refresh the page. And then, where's it at? There we go. It was right above where I was looking. There it is. Gorgeous. Level 9 with a hardy nature. I think hardy might be okay. I don't know. I have a hard time remembering all the natures, but milk double cocoa is what we want. So that's fantastic. Helping bonus and energy recovery bonus. Ooh. Ooh. Inventory up L and M. Not the best. And then helping speed S. Unfortunately, these sub skills are just kind of middle of the road. And the nature is also neutral. But yeah, unfortunately, again, not the greatest. Actually rated even worse than the last one in terms of skill trigger. But total strength, quite high. Helping bonus at level 10 is very good. And then energy recovery bonus is also great. It's not terrible. 79, 71 at level 50 and 60. It's not bad. I think this averages out to somewhere around 75 to 80%. Doing quick and dirty math in my head. Could be a lot better, but definitely one to keep around. I was really hoping the sub skills would be better beyond level 25, because level 10 and 25 sub skills are great for a Sylveon, which you're going to put on the team anyway to keep everybody energized. So if you can have a Sylveon that's supporting the team all around by helping bonus, energy recovery bonus for those Pokemon like Butterfree and Gengar, which apparently most of the best Pokemon I get have energy recovery lowering natures. So that would be a great boon to those teams. Unfortunately, the rest of the sub skills don't really help all that much, but it's not bad. Definitely, of course, we're going to keep it because it's a shiny, but we'll just have to keep it for situational, and maybe Sylveon's not the best one for this. Maybe a Jolteon or a Glaceon would be better, but definitely going to hold on to that. So we will put that in the box. It is unfortunately only level 9. I was hoping it would be higher, but it is what it is. So we'll put that in the box and we will move on. Pretty great surprise for Thanksgiving. Thankful for that. Another 1300 sneaky snacking while we were gone. Let's check on the news. No new news, but we can grab our research community reports. 45, there we go. That's a lot better. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that doubled up. So that is destroying the odds that we were originally thinking, that 11 or 8 to 11%. 7 that doubled, right? No, 11 that doubled. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 that doubled out of 45. So that's almost a 25%. But that is a one-off. It will skew the data slightly, but I still think it's pretty comfortable to say that the odds are still around that 10% range and that this was just a lucky day. So we can probably write this one off as just good luck and move on from there. Let's see, we got Eevee, Primate, Rattata, Eevee, Bulbasaur, Eevee, Krogunk, Eevee, Bonsly, okay, cool. I just wanted to see what I was getting double of. Another level 5, so there's 1, 2 rank ups today, so 2 more tickets and 2 more handy candies, which is always nice. All right, let's go ahead and grab our ingredients and stuff. get this breakfast going. So there's 2 for 2. Let's see if we'll make it to Ultra 2 before I even make breakfast. So we're 2 for 2. Oh, already got something else. Or was that just a mess up? That might have been the game messing up. 3 for 4. Doesn't look like we're gonna make Ultra 2. Well, we might with the berries. Or we definitely will with the berries, because these are Snorlax's favorite. And then one thing I wanted to comment on. There's been some contention on whether or not you can get a skill trigger while your Pokemon's inventory is full. I've been testing it since we collected those 3 ginger in the episode yesterday from Cubone. Where'd he go? Yeah, we collected those 3 ginger from Cubone, which emptied his pack, or didn't empty his pack, but left some space in there. And then a little bit later, I clicked on him again and his skill triggered. I left his pack full all day, and I've probably clicked on him 7 or 8 times since then, and not once has his skill triggered. Given his sub skills and his nature, he should be triggering, and the EV week bonus of triggering 1.5 times. He should be triggering a couple of times a day at least, and he's not. So I think that I'm comfortable with saying that I was wrong last time I reported that it would trigger. I think maybe I just didn't have his pack full and I thought I did when the skill triggered. But I think we can pretty conclusively say that if their inventory is full, their skill will not trigger. Of course, more testing needs to be done to say that definitively, but it's definitely looking more and more likely that that is the case. However, since Cubone's specific skill gives him more energy and allows him to gather berries at a higher production rate, the higher his energy is, I want to go ahead and collect from him and try to get his skill to trigger as much as possible, because the closer his energy is to topped off, the better his energy production will be, and I think we'll actually get more berries and power out of him by letting his skill trigger as often as possible. So that's what I'm going to do with Cubone going forward, specifically Cubone. Other berry specialists like Raticate or Raichu, whose skill does not keep their energy topped up, I will leave them full just to make sure that they are only bringing in berries. So that's where we're at with that. Wanted to touch base on that and kind of let you guys know what I've been finding through the little bit of research I've been doing. I'm not a Pokemon professor, but I dabble in the experiments every now and then. And it does look like we can make the spore mushroom salad, which is exactly what we want. And we will, since we got this honey for free, we'll just throw in some of that honey to top it off. Eat breakfast within an hour after waking up. I never do that. All right, so we got 2 levels out of that. It was 9,400 exactly. Only thing that could have made this day better for Pokemon Sleep anyway is if that would have been extra tasty. Or if we'd found an Onyx too. Shiny Onyx would have been even better. But I'm thankful for what we got. A shiny Eevee, that's pretty great. And let's collect on our missions real quick. Didn't finish any more Eevee missions. Not super worried about it outside of getting this other instance here. That'd be nice. But getting the Eevee candy, it's okay. I'm probably not gonna do this mission here. Not really worried about it. Probably won't give out 15 biscuits, but the other 2, they're pretty easy to do. Probably gonna get them anyway, so why not? But I definitely want to get Master 3 for that Cyndaquil instance. I think I said Charmander yesterday. I meant to say Cyndaquil, because I definitely need a better one. I have a pretty good Quilava, but I definitely need a better one. Typhlosion is one of my favorite starters, so I'll be really happy if I can get a very good one. But yeah, that looks like all I've got for today. Thanks for coming by, and again, I hope you have had or will have a very great Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrate. For everybody outside of the States or that doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving or something of similar nature, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone and welcome back. We're on day 5 of this week here on Taup Hollow. Starting off with, I actually closed the game as soon as I woke up. So got a little sneak peek into what we're looking at later. Another 12,790 sneaky snacking to start off with, which is really fantastic. This Doug trio has really been putting in work. Kind of crazy that it's actually been doing better than the Cubone, but like we said the other day, it's just because their frequency, I think Doug trio is about 2/3 as fast. So that is why it's just making up in terms of frequency. Once we get that Cubone evolved into a Marowak, should even out a little bit more. But now we have 100 sleep points with 13,701 total. Getting closer and closer to the planned goal. And let's just go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting today. Hopefully we get an Onyx to show up. 9 hours and 48 minutes. I definitely decided to sleep in today. Had a couple early days this week and decided to take today to sleep in. Catch up on stuff, being Black Friday, nothing really going on. And then hopefully we get at least, yep, 20 million. Oh, are we gonna break 25? Almost, 24.9 million. Not too bad. We got 4 1-star sleeps, so 4 shots at an Onyx. 2-star sleep, actually, so that gives us 5 shots at Onyx. So here is hoping. And it's a bunch of EVs. So we got at least 2 EVs, what looks like a Diglett or maybe a Geodude there. Yeah, a Geodude. Looks like all, oh no, only 6 that we already had. We've got Raticate, Eevee, Gulpin, Geodude, Jigglypuff, and Eevee again. And we still have 1 new one that doesn't look like it's going to be Onyx. Ooh, Shuppet. That's pretty good. I definitely need another Shuppet. What is going on up there in the top left with that Raticate picture? Definitely a little graphical glitch there. Fun little stuff. Raticate, just wanted to make sure we didn't forget about him, I guess. Floaty Nodding Sleep. All right. So not too bad. Hopefully that Shuppet is hungry. I think out of what we've got, that's the one I would most like to take home today, because I still need a better Shuppet. Shuppet is hungry. Only the Shuppet. Interesting. It's almost like the game listened to me. All right, well. Yeah, we are definitely not going to pass up that opportunity to take that Shuppet. We need it. We need it. Really hoping it's a good one. And then we've got, let's see. Today's Friday, so we've still got tomorrow's, Sunday's, and Monday morning sleep to work on getting more Eevee. So I think, yeah, I think I'm just gonna give just the 1 biscuit today, and we'll leave it at that, and we will pick this up tomorrow. We've been getting pretty good with these Eevee spawns, so hopefully they don't screw me over now and stop showing up. But I don't want to use too many of these biscuits. I want to try to make sure, like I was saying yesterday, I want to try to save as many as I can for hopefully a holiday event. because I feel like that's the time when the spawns are going to get really crazy and we're going to really want a stockpile of biscuits. So let's see. Quite a bit of candy today. I definitely could use that. 1,251 XP. It's enough to get us to rank 36. So there's another Poke Biscuit that we just got right back. That energy pillow is going to come in handy for this Gengar one day. Another 2,500 Dream Shards. Almost a Research XP again. Now we've got our brand new Shuppet, and let's switch over to the calculator and see just how good this thing is. Hopefully it's better than the last one, which if I remember correctly, it can't be too much worse. We've got oil, and ginger, which is not terrible. Helping speed M is always fantastic right off the bat. No berry plus, unfortunately, but it is pretty good. Ingredient finder S, skill level up S, and ingredient finder M. Not bad. Careful. Okay, so that drops our ingredient finding, so conflicting with the two sub skills we have, so not the greatest. But charge strength is always nice for that little extra boost on Snorlax. I definitely think this is going to be better than what we had so far. So let's give it a look. Not as good as I thought it was going to be, but I do think it's still better. Especially in the early game, it's certainly better just for a little while. Definitely still want to look for a better one, but a step in the right direction. So let's go ahead and add this to the box. That is level 11. All right, so now that we've got that added to the box, just out of curiosity, let's check this ingredient strength. It's probably not going to be great given the nature, but getting that ingredient finder S at level 50 does help a little, but not as much as we would like for a hybrid. And ingredient count, yeah, same story. Yeah, this is unfortunately just, it'll be a good one in the meantime. Probably not anything I really put any candies or resources into, and just kind of let it level up naturally. May drop a few of the Shuppet candies that we get along the way into it just to get it to certain breakpoints, but definitely not investing any handy candies into it or anything like that. And even its level 25 sub skill wouldn't help us. Honestly, letting this one have a full pack is probably worth it. So just something to use in the meantime if we ever get to a point where we have a ghost island. So we'll definitely hold on to it and use that in the future. So not too bad, pretty good. Happy with how that turned out. All right. Another 720 sneaky snacking while we were checking out that Shuppet. Let's see if we got any news. Ooh, we do have a gift. What for? Did I miss something on the news? No? Well, let's check out this gift. Special gift. Interesting. Just, I'm assuming they will tell us why here in the next day or two, but free Pokeballs, I will take it. Couldn't claim the, oh, is that why? Interesting. Let's see. Well, my item bag is almost full. Maybe it is time to use some of these. So it's gonna make me at least get down to 115 items. Let's go check. Let's drop 5 handy candies into a Pokemon. Let's see who's a prime candidate. Let's see what we got going on. As much as I like this Doug Trio, it is pretty solid. However, I don't know that handy candies are what I want to invest in it. I think the best choice for the team overall is to invest handy candies into this Cubone. I think that's where we're going to get the most benefit out of efficiency. So let's drop. Yeah, we just need to drop 4. And then let's use not that many. I want to make sure that we always have 40, so when we get to the point where we're ready to evolve it, we have enough. Let's go ahead and put that up to level 19. Drops that frequency down a little bit more. And then go ahead and back on up. Back it up. Let's go to our bag again and get rid of some. Oh, we don't need to get rid of anything. Actually, I'm not thinking straight. I'm losing it. We need to collect our gift. 5 Poke Biscuits in the bag. All right. And then let's collect these research community reports. 45 new reports. And how many of them doubled? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 that doubled. 2 of them rank 5. So these last couple of days could be just luck being on our side. But our double chance seems to be going up closer to that 15% range. The 6 out of 45 would be almost 15%, so maybe 13.5, 14%, somewhere around there. So yesterday and today definitely skewing our percentage higher, but we did get another level 5, just the 1, 2 of those handy candies right back, so now our bag is over full again. But yeah, it does seem that in the last couple days our odds of getting double candy have skewed higher. So we'll see if that trend continues, but right now I'm still comfortable with saying it's in that maybe 9 to 12% range now, still around 10%, give or take. Let's go ahead and get our ingredients and skill triggers. There's 1, another 7-Eleven. Definitely got good fiery herbs. He was actually switched out Gengar for Ghastly for a little bit yesterday, trying to get some fiery herbs just to stock up a little bit, and even Ghastly wasn't bringing me any. I did not mean to collect those. Oh well, we need some ginger. It's always good to have it. Only 1 skill trigger out of 5. That's interesting on an event where it's supposed to be 1.5 times the chance. So kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and jump into it and let's get this spore salad going. Toss in some of these extra tomatoes. Those are the ingredient that we can get the most easily right now. Taking a 15 to 20 minute nap may help if you find yourself tired midday. And let me tell you, those little power naps, so good. We got 9,686 on this spore mushroom salad, enough for 2 levels. That's pretty good. We're leveling this recipe up quite well this week. We still got 2 more days of leveling up this salad, and we're already at level 14. I don't even think we made it until Tuesday, so progress is going very well on that salad. Although it did help that we got extra tasty the first time we made it, so can't complain there. Just a berry. Let me go. One last thing I want to do while Snorlax finishes eating. I want to go check those Shuppets that we have. They're going to be quite far down here. There we go. Yeah, so this Shuppet that we had from Halloween is only a 48%. Research XP bonus, not super helpful, not really something I care to have. Inventory up, ingredient finder, helping bonus at level 75. Good, would be better if it was earlier. But energy recovery up and XP gains down, not fantastic. So we're gonna go ahead and send this Shuppet to the professor. Take our 5 free Shuppet candies, and then I need to go through and rename these new Pokemon that we've gotten these last few days. And then once this Eevee event is over, you can see that I have I named the Eevees a bit differently than everything else. I have the Eevees named based on what I plan to evolve them to, or what they may be good to evolve to, like these two, Jolteon question mark, saying that they may be a good Jolteon, but I need to do a little bit more research to figure out if that's what I really want to evolve them to. But this Eevee is named Espeon 98% because once it does evolve into an Eevee, the skills and nature that it has will be a 98% Espeon. So that's why I've named them that way. Like this one, Sylveon 94%, Vapor because I can't spell Vaporeon and put the percentage there. The game, only 12 characters allowed in a name for some reason. So Vaporeon 95% there. Once the Eevee week is over, I will go through with the new Eevees that we've caught, see if they are going to be a better fit for some of the evolutions, and try to figure out what's going to be the best so that eventually I will have all of the evolutions with the best possible candidates that I have available. But let's go ahead and double check back. Snorlax should be done, and I think that'll put us at Ultra 4. He needs one berry. There it is. So that's Ultra 4, and I think Steelix doesn't unlock until Master 2 if I remember correctly. So that is my goal, is to try to get to Master 2 as quickly as possible, just to give us the most chances for the rest of the week of seeing Steelix. I was hoping to get there by the end of today, but it looks like that's probably not happening. 280,000 currently, and we need 416, so that's 136,000 that we would need today. So almost certainly not happening, but for sure, hopefully for sure by tomorrow. But that said, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 6 here on Taup Hollow, and hopefully we got something interesting. 604 sneaky snacking doesn't sound right. That is interesting. I'm guessing that I closed the game just slightly too late, and so even though I didn't see the sneaky snacking when I woke up, it treats it as if it showed it, because there's no way 604 is all we got. We are at Ultra 5 to start off the morning though, so pretty good. Not quite the Master 1 I wanted, but even with an extra tasty dinner, we couldn't get there. But we are at Ultra 5. Had to wake up a little bit early today, so not quite a full 8.5 hours sleep. I have another Thanksgiving lunch to get to, so probably going to be another shorter episode today. But we are at 13,792 sleep points. That's getting us ever closer to that goal. And let's jump into this sleep report and see what we got. Session 119. 7 hours, 45 minutes. Not too bad. It's pretty good. Pretty good. A decent amount of slumbering sleep. So that's pretty great. Yeah, 4.5 hours of slumbering. My favorite kind of sleep. Definitely slumbering type. Now let's see. We were at almost 25 million if I remember correctly yesterday, so maybe we can make 30 this time. Not quite 30, but 28.8 million. Not too bad. Another 5 chances at Onyx. So that's pretty good. It would be better. Honestly, the balanced sleep, when we do get slumbering sleep, the balanced is actually messing us up even more. A top belly Eevee. So we got 6 in I think we had 7 in total, so we should have at least one more new sleep style. We have a top belly Eevee, another Eevee, 2 Jigglypuff, a Togepi, and Geodude. Drawing a total blank, even though it says it right in front of me. I didn't even read it. Oh, we have 2 new sleep styles. Interesting. So, oh, Wigglytuff. So we got 2 Jigglypuff and a Wigglytuff. Interesting. Got the knee up sleep for Riolu though, which is definitely new. Okay, so we only have 1 more sleep style for Riolu. And then let's check out this Wigglytuff. I don't think this is the first one I've seen. Smiley sleep, just a 1-star. Maybe it is. No, it's not. So eight Pokemon to choose from. With any luck, someone's hungry. Hopefully that Eevee that we worked on yesterday. No, nobody's hungry. Well, that is a disappointment. Hello, son. How are you? That was bright. Right in my eye. All right, anyway, let's see. We went with the bottom Eevee last time. Let's go with the top one. Well, wasn't hungry, but it worked out anyway. Kinda wish I'd have used that on the Wigglytuff now. Oh well. Well, that's all we got for today, so let's go ahead and wrap up that sleep report. Gonna hold on to those biscuits still. And speaking of biscuits, I was a little confused why I was getting 5 free biscuits yesterday. I forgot there was a someone in the comments reminded me that there was a survey, a player survey that was Japan only, but they were having a bunch of issues with the site, so they just gave 5 biscuits to everybody because that was the reward for the survey. But since nobody could take it, they just gave out 5 biscuits to everyone, whether you could take the survey or not. So enjoy your free biscuits. 2,287 research XP. That's pretty good for Saturday. 3,662 dream shards. And a brand new Eevee. With a quirky nature. That's new. I don't think I have an Eevee with quirky nature. Let's see what we got. All milk. I actually like. Sleep XP bonus. It's not too bad. I think that's the 3rd one with sleep XP bonus we've gotten this week. Skill level up S. I always forget is a blue skill. Inventory up S. Ingredient finder S and ingredient finder M. This is already looking like, based on the last skills anyway, better Vaporeon. Quirky, which is neutral, so never mind. Which means this Eevee is just kinda not the best. Again, with the sleep XP bonus, if I had 2 Pokemon that I really wanted to level up quickly, I could put all 3 of the Eevees with sleep XP bonus on a team and the other 2 to level up. And would that give me, I think it's 1.14? Yeah, so 14, 28, 42. So 1.42 times the XP. Not bad. Really good to save for a good sleep day, I suppose. But other than that, not really all that great. And it's got ingredient finder at 75 and 100, so the calculator doesn't even take that into account. So not really a good Eevee. Again, a lot of, actually, I don't think any of the Eevees we've caught this week have actually been all that great, which is unfortunate. We have a few pretty decent ones. Another 604 sneaky snacking. That's interesting. That must be a duplicate. There's no way we got the same. Let's go check our Eevees real fast, because we do have a bunch. Not as many as I thought. We have 9 Eevees, and honestly, I'm thinking about taking this Eevee right here and switching it over to a potential Sylveon. This is the careful nature. So main skill up, ingredient finding down. Clearly I haven't updated my Pokemon box with my Eevees yet. But yeah, this Eevee, fantastic on the skill trigger front. So this is looking like maybe it's a better, I'm trying to remember what Espeon's main skill is. Either way, Sylveon's main skill is energy for everyone, if I remember correctly. I don't think it's a random energy. I think it's energy for everyone. And having that high of a rating on its skill triggers, very, very good to be able to restore energy to the entire team. I'm thinking about swapping this one over to a Sylveon, but we'll figure that out once I get to a point where I'm ready to evolve it. I have got some sleep time in it. This is the one we had with us on Snowdrop, so got some sleep time with it, but we'll figure that out when we get there, when we're ready for it. This was the Sylveon I had, which was good, but not as good. So I'm kind of in the middle on those two. But like I said, we have some pretty decent Eevees prior to this week, and the ones we've gotten this week have not really been all that great. So while it's been good just to get Eevee candy, it would be nice to actually get one decent one that we could evolve into one of the other evolutions, because I would like to have them all, as I'm sure everybody would, but it is what it is. But let's go ahead and jump in and grab any new news. No new news. So let's grab our reports from the research community. Only 37. But we got 1, 2, 3. Only 3 that doubled. None of them level 5. Interesting. So not quite 10%. 3 out of 37, probably 7, 8%, somewhere around there. But we did get a level up. Just one. 2 ingredient tickets, which I am going to need come tomorrow. All right. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Quite literally. Get all them tasty mushrooms, which we definitely need. He has been slacking on mushrooms lately. Gengar's actually been slacking on ingredients as a whole this week. We did get a skill trigger. 660 strength from our Ditto. Wanted to say Diglett because I was looking at Doug Trio, I guess. And can't forget this guy. Don't want to keep his pack full anymore. I'd rather get his skill to trigger. His skill is very good for bringing in berries. And even with the main skill up, his skill hasn't been triggering as much as I would like. Let's get this spore salad going. What do we want to throw in to fill out the pot? I think I'm just going to keep sticking with the tomatoes. 2 Doug Trio have really been putting in work bringing in tomatoes this week, so we've always had plenty extra to throw into the pot. Maybe we'll get lucky and get another extra tasty. Nope, no dice. We did get 9,906 on that cook. So spore mushroom salad actually putting in a lot of work this week. That puts us at 342,000. The goal for the end of the day is Master 2, which we need 416,000. So we're still 74,000 away from. That is doable. Let's see. Yeah, that's doable, particularly if we get we get an extra tasty, that would really help. But yeah, that's kind of the plan for now. So hopefully we can get to Master 2, try to get that Steelix to spawn either tomorrow or on Monday. But that's the goal. That's what I've got for you guys today. Appreciate you coming by. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 7 here on Taup Hollow. Sunday, big ingredient day. I'm going to start off with 8,076 sneaky snacking. And today is also the first day of good sleep this month. So we got drowsy power 1.5 times for our research tomorrow, which is going to be fantastic to get that on a Sunday. Would be better if Sunday was the second day of the event, but I'll take any day of the event on a Sunday. 85 sleep points puts us at 13,877. So spoiler alert, I didn't get as much sleep as I should have. My fault. That's what I get for staying up late playing video games like a nerd. So let's jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting. Still looking for that Onyx. Session 120. Yeah, still looking for the Onyx. We have, I think, still only 2 chances for it to spawn because I didn't get to Master 2, so no odds of getting a Steelix. I slept really hard last night, 60% slumbering, so we know that's what we're getting. But again, doesn't matter this week. Not too much. Let's see. Where were we at last time? Somewhere around 29 million, I think. We should at least get 30. Yep. We got 32.7. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. With 3 1-stars and 3 2-stars. So a few chances for an Onyx. A few. Ooh. A top-bellied Larvitar. That's definitely something new. We got 5 sleep styles that we already had. We got a Larvitar, Togepi, Ghastly, Eevee, and Houndour. I think this is the lowest number of EVs we have gotten all week. So we know that's the new sleep style. What else did we get that's new? Don't think it's going to be Onyx because he takes up quite a lot of space. It is Onyx. He doesn't take up as much space as I thought. All right, we're in the money now. There he is. Come on, buddy. Just be hungry, please. Onyx is thought to be a very deep sleeper since its sturdy body gives it a sense of security. Apparently, it sometimes wears itself out tunneling through the earth and falls asleep mid-dig. I don't blame you, bro. Tunneling through earth is rough. Hell yeah. All right, let's move on. We got another Larvitar. Which I don't know if that's the final one we need for the collection. Let's see. Nope, we still need the 3-star sleep. All right, come on. Just need that Onyx to be hungry. Just be hungry. No one's hungry. Oh no. All right, well, let's see. We know what the plan is. We absolutely know what the plan is. He says without knowing what the plan is. This is gonna be tough. Without it being hungry, it's going to be difficult. I think best case scenario, we can just hope for a big or a mega hit, and that's going to be about the best we can hope for. Premium Biscuit did not trigger. Let's see if the Great Biscuit triggers. No, still no. That is unfortunate. And it's full. Well, we tried. At least we got him going. So if it shows up hungry next time, we can for sure take it home with a Great Biscuit or Premium Biscuit, I think. I'm almost positive we can take it home with a bonus biscuit next time. Should have counted the number of bars that it had, but oh well, it'll be easier to find in the weeks coming up. For now, we will take our consolation prize of this little baby Larvitar. Give it 2 Poke Biscuits real quick, and we will take that home with us. So at least we get something. At least we'll get something to take home with us today. But we did finally find Onyx, so I'm happy about that. One last time, we'll send out the Eevee candy. And then hopefully tomorrow, we can find that Onyx again. 1,499 research XP, 3,115 dream shards. And it's time. We got a level 10 and Modest. Not too bad. I think Modest is an okay nature. I'm really bad at remembering what these natures actually are though, so maybe I'm wrong. All right. So it's all ginger. Is not a bad thing. I kind of like that with Larvitar. He'll level up S. Pretty good, considering it's charging its own energy. Inventory up L. Very good. Research XP bonus. That's okay. Helping speed S. That's good. Would like that instead of the research XP. And helping bonus is very good. So unfortunately no ingredient finding, but maybe, ooh, I was wrong. Modest is terrible. I mean, it's okay if we're not worried about time. That frequency is pretty bad. Ingredient strength. Yeah, it's just kind of okay. Let's check out total strength. Yeah, not great. Ingredient count, is that at least going to be higher? No, not higher. And its skill trigger is going to be pretty low. Unfortunately, not too great. That nature kind of ruined things just because of the speed down. That is unfortunate. And we have no ingredient finder on the sub skills, so not a terrible Larvitar if I didn't have anything else, but definitely not better than what we have already, so that'll be a prime candidate to go live with the professor. Another 838 sneaky snacking. One thing I was thinking about sitting there staring at that loading screen is I wish they would make the loading screens faster. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's taking so long on the loading screens, but they just seem to be atrocious. See? I don't know why that had to take that long. But good sleep day is upon us. Most of us will know what this means at this point. We get 3 days where we have different bonuses. This good sleep event, November 27th, is the night of the full moon, which that means day 2. So it's taking place from November 26th to November 29th. So on day 2, drowsy power times 4, because it is a Monday. That's the new feature they put in, where the multiplier for the second day is dependent on what day of the week it falls on. So that compensates for, since it's a Monday, our drowsy power is going to be lower. That times 4 makes it a little more exciting to have day 2 on a Monday. So that's good. Pokemon Sleep XP times 3. If you want to use your growth incense, that's the day to do it. I did not mean to click off of that. That's Eevee week. No! Is it in the news at least? It's in the news somewhere. We've already went through this, so I'm just summarizing real fast. So day 2, time to use your growth incense if you want to really boost your Pokemon's levels pretty quickly. Get a bonus 1,000 sleep points for that night. And then on days 1 and 3, 1.5 times drowsy power multiplier, 2 times XP, and 500 bonus sleep points. So we're getting 2,000 bonus sleep points over the course of 3 days. That said, let's move on. Let's grab our research from the community. Hoping for at least 42 reports. 45, there we go. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that have doubled. And looks like 4 of them were level 5. I did see in the comments someone was saying that the community is thinking 30% is roughly the rate of candy doubling if you have a level 5 friend. And then the rates in between levels 1 through 4 are somewhere around 15%. So if that's the case, then our odds that we were seeing over the last week or so of, I think I was kind of settling around like 9 to 12% are actually a little low. So other people should be getting more double candy than what I'm getting. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 45. That's almost 20%. Yeah, I think 9 would be 20%. So somewhere around 17, 18%. So still kind of low for the odds that we're seeing. But I also don't have that many level 5 friends. I almost said 5-star friends. I don't have that many level 5 friends, but we do have another level 4. 2 level 4s. 3 new level 4 friends with the ingredient tickets, which we're definitely going to need today. Speaking of ingredient tickets, let's go ahead and collect our ingredients and berries, and it is time to make some breakfast. 1954, that was a good roll. We definitely should have no trouble getting to Master 2 today. So we're 2 for 3 on the skill triggers. 10 oils is very good too. I definitely need those for these recipes. 3 out of 4, not too bad. Come on, pick the stuff up. There we go. All right, and can we get 4 out of 5? Yes, 4 out of 5. Not too bad for the last day. Not too bad. Whoa, chill out. Time for breakfast. We know exactly what we're gonna make. We're gonna be able to throw a lot in here. I want to try to be a little judicious about what we're giving. Let's throw in all of this stuff first. We still need 26 more ingredients, so maybe we can't be as judicious as I would have liked. Fun fact, let's back out. Let's go ahead and use some of those tickets now just to get us some filler ingredients. They definitely need to put a way to use your ingredient tickets from the cooking screen rather than having to back out through all these loading screens, because that is just atrocious. Ingredient tickets, let's use a couple of them. Honey's good filler. Those are not good filler. Those are, oh no, don't want to use that one. Those are main ingredients. A little bit of good filler. I'll use one more. Let's see what we get. Milk is good filler too. Trying to get filler ingredients that aren't used for the main recipes. The spore salad, and I always forget the name of the other one. The overheat ginger salad. I don't even have enough herbs to make anyway. Gengar has been slacking on those herbs this week. Usually he'd bring in 2,000 herbs or something. All right, so we got a long way to go. We can throw in 5 more tomatoes. Those come in pretty easy with 2 Doug Trio. We almost have enough mushroom for the next one for lunch. Let's go ahead and throw in some of... You know what? Let's hold off on the herbs. Just in case I need to make that overheat salad, we'll do 12 of the ginger. That leaves me enough for another overheat. The oil, we can probably fill out the rest with oil. That still leaves us enough to make the overheat, or not the overheat, the spore salad another time. So all we need to make spore salad again is 3 more mushrooms. We have the oil, and we need 4 more tomatoes, and we can make it again for lunch. Spore mushroom salad with a ton of ingredients. Come on, now would be the time for an extra tasty. Cocoa is really a great filler. If you have something that can bring in cocoa consistently just to fill your pot with, it's a fantastic filler. But even without extra tasty, we got 15,703, which is enough for 2 levels. Puts us at level 17 on the spore mushroom salad, which is pretty good considering that was a brand new recipe that we made for the first time this week on Tuesday, I think. We'll start ending the week at level 17. Pretty great. We're almost halfway through all the levels for it. Does put us at Master 2, so we do have a shot at the Steelix tomorrow morning, which is fantastic. And honestly, no, I was about to say Master 2 is all I really care for, just to get that shot at Steelix, but really, Master 3 is the goal, because what I really want is to try to get this Cyndaquil incense. So if we can get to Master 3, we can get that Cyndaquil incense. That's what I want. Let's see how far we need to go. 420, and we need to go to 472, so only 52,000. That's actually pretty reasonable, I think. So Master 3, I think we can hit Master 3 today, especially with the increased pot size for Sunday. I don't think that's unreasonable. So that's going to be the goal, to try to get to Master 3 so that we can get the Cyndaquil incense, and then also hopefully tomorrow morning see that onyx again. I don't know that I want to see the Steelix necessarily tomorrow morning. It would be cool, but I definitely am not going to have the resources to take it home unless it just happens to be shiny. There's no way I'm taking a Steelix home with how difficult it is just to take an onyx home. But I do want the Steelix for the sleep decks and just a try. So we'll see. But that said, that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you coming by and watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes.